What if I told you the spice rack in your kitchen could be the secret weapon you need to reclaim firm, confident erections after 60? Picture this: instead of relying on expensive prescriptions or over-the-counter supplements that promise the world, but deliver disappointing results, you simply reach for common spices, everyday ingredients you've already got at home. Hi, I'm Dr. Henry Carter, a board-certified urologist with over 30 years of experience, helping men maintain their sexual health well into their golden years. In my practice, I've watched countless men assume that age alone is the enemy, the culprit behind weaker or inconsistent erections. But here's the truth: while it's true that we experience natural changes in hormone levels and blood flow as we get older, much of what's labeled inevitable decline actually stems from inflammation, oxidative stress, and insufficient nitric oxide. That means many of the solutions are hiding in plain sight right in our kitchens. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly which spices you can add to your meals to target those underlying issues at their root. We'll talk about turmeric's powerful anti-inflammatory properties, cinnamon's ability to keep your arteries supple, and even how a dash of cayenne pepper can literally open up your vessels. You'll hear brief clinical notes and real-life anecdotes from men just like you who decided to give these simple tweaks a try and saw transformational results. Now, don't worry if you're not a gourmet chef or if you've never considered your spice rack an opportunity. I'll break it down so that even the busiest seniors can incorporate these recommendations into breakfast, lunch, and dinner without hours of meal prep or complicated recipes. Plus, I'll introduce a complimentary physician-endorsed supplement called Nitric Boost, a single capsule you can take each morning to supercharge your circulation and amplify the impact of these spices. By the end of this video, you'll understand how a handful of budget-friendly spices combined with a targeted nitric oxide supplement can help you experience stronger, longer-lasting erections, no pills, no embarrassing doctor visits, and no side effects. Ready? Let's dive in and discover the flavorful, science-backed pathway to renewed confidence in the bedroom starting today. The silent problem and why spices matter. As men cross into their 60s and beyond, many quickly point to age as the culprit behind softer or less reliable erections. We tell ourselves, well, I'm 65, what else did I expect? But the reality is more nuanced. While declining testosterone and age-related changes play a role, the real driving forces often lie in inflammation, oxidative stress, and a drop in nitric oxide production. In other words, it's not purely about getting older, it's about how our bodies handle blood flow and cellular repair as we age. Let's break it down. Nitric oxide is the molecule responsible for relaxing blood vessel walls, allowing robust blood flow into the penis. In younger years, our endothelial cells, those lining the inside of blood vessels, efficiently produce nitric oxide. But as we get older, cumulative damage from poor diet, sedentary habits, and other stressors can impair that process. The result: blood vessels that don't dilate as readily and less forceful erections. At the same time, inflammation becomes a silent adversary. Chronic low-grade inflammation, sometimes triggered by obesity, diabetes, or simply the wear and tear of decades, can damage endothelial cells and accelerate the breakdown of nitric oxide. Add oxidative stress on top of that, free radicals running rampant, and you have a recipe for blood flow that struggles to keep up with demand. Finally, metabolic factors like insulin resistance can stiffen arteries, making it even harder for sufficient blood to reach the penile tissue. Here's where spices enter the stage. Certain culinary ingredients contain phytochemicals, natural compounds that fight inflammation, combat oxidative stress, and support healthy nitric oxide production. Think of spices as nutrient-dense capsules of potent plant compounds: curcumin in turmeric, cinnamaldehyde in cinnamon gingerols and ginger, capsaicin in cayenne pepper, and allicin in garlic. Each of these substances works on different aspects of the underlying problem. Some reduce inflammatory markers in the bloodstream. Others improve endothelial function so that blood vessels remain flexible. A few even act as mild vasodilators, helping to boost nitric oxide activity at the cellular level. When incorporated into your diet regularly, these spices address the root causes of weaker erections rather than simply masking the symptom. Instead of reaching for another prescription that temporarily forces blood into the penis, you're gradually rebuilding your body's natural circulation capacity. Over weeks, you'll likely notice firmer morning erections, improved stamina during intimacy, and a general boost in confidence, all without drastic lifestyle overhauls or expensive medical interventions. In the next section, we'll dive into the first two key spices, turmeric and cinnamon, and explore exactly how they work, why they matter, and how you can effortlessly add them to your meals. Remember, small tweaks can yield big gains, and your spice rack might just be the simplest, most powerful tool you have. Let's continue. Spices, there are one and there are two, turmeric and cinnamon. Let's start with turmeric, often called the golden healer. Turmeric contains a powerful compound called curcumin, which has been studied extensively for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. Inflammation and oxidative stress can damage the cells lining your blood vessels, making it harder for them to relax and allow proper blood flow. Curcumin works by inhibiting inflammatory enzymes and scavenging free radicals, effectively protecting those endothelial cells so they can keep producing nitric oxide. In one small clinical observation, older adults who supplemented with curcumin saw a measurable improvement in arterial flexibility, meaning their blood vessels were more capable of dilating when they needed to. In practical terms, you can start with just 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder each day. A simple way is to mix it into a warm turmeric latte, combine milk, dairy, or plant-based, a teaspoon of turmeric, a pinch of black pepper to enhance absorption, and a dash of cinnamon for flavor. If you're not a latte person, sprinkle turmeric onto scrambled eggs, blend it into rice, or stir it into stews. Because curcumin is fat-soluble, pairing it with a bit of healthy fat, like a teaspoon of coconut oil or olive oil, helps your body absorb it more effectively. Over 2 to 3 weeks of daily use, many men report noticing firmer erections, especially first thing in the morning. Next up is cinnamon, the sweet circulation aid. Cinnamon's active compound, cinnamaldehyde, has been shown to help regulate blood sugar and reduce arterial stiffness, 2 factors that directly affect blood flow. When your blood sugar spikes, it can damage blood vessels over time, leading to impaired nitric oxide production. Cinnamon helps modulate insulin sensitivity so that blood sugar remains more stable, preventing that vascular damage. In one study involving older men with pre-diabetes, cinnamon supplementation improved markers of vascular health, including better endothelial function. To use cinnamon, start by adding a 1/4 teaspoon to your morning oatmeal, yogurt, or coffee. If you prefer something sweeter, try dusting it over baked apples or mixing it into your favorite smoothie. Because cinnamon has a naturally sweet flavor, most people find it easy to incorporate without needing added sugar. Over 4 to 6 weeks, those consistent changes in blood sugar regulation and arterial flexibility translate into more reliable blood flow during intimacy. Both turmeric and cinnamon offer complementary benefits. Turmeric focuses on reducing systemic inflammation and oxidative damage, while cinnamon helps stabilize blood sugar and gently relax arteries. By using them together, you address 2 major roadblocks that can hinder erectile function in men over 60. In our next section, we'll explore ginger and cayenne, 2 more kitchen staples that bring their own unique vascular boosting properties. These spices work synergistically with turmeric and cinnamon, creating a comprehensive approach to optimizing blood flow. Let's move on and see how these heat-forward ingredients fit into your daily routine. Spices, sugar 3 and number 4, ginger and cayenne. Now let's turn our attention to ginger, the warming warrior that does more than flavor your meals. Ginger is rich in bioactive compounds called gingerols and shogols, which have been shown to improve peripheral circulation and reduce systemic inflammation. When your blood vessels are less inflamed and more flexible, they can dilate more effectively, allowing a stronger flow of blood into the penile tissue. In one small study of older adults, daily ginger supplementation led to measurable improvements in blood flow velocity within just a few weeks. In your kitchen, fresh ginger is ideal. Simply peel and grate a thumb-sized piece to add to stir-fries, soups, or marinades. If you prefer a gentler approach, brew a ginger tea by simmering sliced ginger in hot water for 5 to 10 minutes. This makes for a soothing nighttime ritual that can also help relax tight blood vessels. Because ginger also supports digestion, many seniors find that it not only aids circulation, but also reduces bloating and discomfort after meals, making it easier to stick with this habit daily. Next up is cayenne pepper, the heat activator that literally turns up the volume on your vascular health. Cayenne contains capsaicin, a compound known to boost nitric oxide synthase activity in the endothelium, meaning your body produces more nitric oxide naturally. Capsaicin also triggers a mild release of endorphins, which can enhance mood and reduce stress, two factors that indirectly support healthier sexual function. When blood vessels are primed to relax, you'll notice firmer erections and improved stamina without resorting to prescription medications. Of course, cayenne's heat means you'll want to start gradually. Begin with just a pinch, around 1/8 teaspoon, and gauge your tolerance. You can sprinkle it into tomato-based sauces, chili, or even mix a tiny amount into warm vegetable broth. For those who want a quick hit, adding a touch of cayenne to a homemade salsa or drizzling it over roasted vegetables creates a flavorful, circulation-boosting side dish. Over time, increasing to 1 to 4 or 1 to 2 teaspoons per day can further amplify nitric oxide production in your blood vessels. Just pay attention to how your stomach and taste buds respond. By now, you've seen how turmeric and cinnamon form the cornerstones of your spice arsenal, targeting inflammation and blood sugar balance. Ginger and cayenne build upon that foundation by enhancing peripheral circulation and directly stimulating nitric oxide synthesis. When used in combination, these four spices tackle multiple pathways that contribute to weaker erections, ranging from oxidative damage to arterial stiffness. In the next section, we'll explore one more kitchen powerhouse, garlic, and then discuss how to combine and stack these spices effectively. This integrated approach ensures that you're not relying on a single ingredient, but addressing the full spectrum of factors that support stronger, more reliable erections after 60. Let's keep going. Spice number 5 in combining spices. Now let's spotlight garlic, another kitchen staple with impressive circulation-boosting properties. Garlic contains a compound called allicin, which is released when you crush or chop it. Allicin acts as a natural vasodilator. It helps relax and widen blood vessels, making it easier for blood to flow where it's needed most. In older adults, daily garlic intake has been linked to improved endothelial function, meaning the cells lining your arteries can produce nitric oxide more effectively. Over time, that translates into firmer, more reliable erections without relying on synthetic vasodilators. To incorporate garlic, aim for at least 1 clove per day. Crushing it and waiting 60 seconds before cooking maximizes allicin production. You can toss minced garlic into sautéed vegetables, swirl it into pasta sauces, or even add it raw to salad dressings for an extra kick. If raw garlic upsets your stomach, lightly cooking it still retains many of its benefits, so don't worry about eliminating it if spice sensitivity is a concern. With garlic now in your arsenal, you have 5 powerhouse spices: turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, cayenne, and garlic, each targeting a different piece of the erectile health puzzle: inflammation, blood sugar, peripheral circulation, nitric oxide synthesis, and vasodilation. But the real magic happens when you combine these ingredients strategically. Think of it as a spice stacking approach. For example, start your day with a turmeric latte that includes a pinch of black pepper to enhance curcumin absorption, plus a half teaspoon of cinnamon for balanced blood sugar. At lunch, cook a ginger garlic stir-fry with a hint of cayenne to activate capsaicin's nitric oxide boosting effects. Then at dinner, sprinkle crushed garlic and a dash of turmeric on roasted vegetables, followed by a small pinch of cayenne in your evening soup. This integrated routine doesn't just target one pathway. It addresses inflammation, endothelial health, and nitric oxide production all at once. Over the course of a month, these combined effects often lead to noticeably stronger erections, more consistent performance, and even improved energy levels during the day. In the next section, we'll outline a simple one-day meal plan that weaves all 5 spices into breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner, making it easy for you to follow. Let's move on and see how to build that meal plan step by step. How to incorporate spices daily. Integrating these 5 powerhouse spices into your daily routine doesn't require hours in the kitchen or exotic recipes. Instead, think of subtle tweaks to meals you already enjoy. Let's walk through a simple one-day meal plan that makes it effortless. Breakfast. Start the morning with a turmeric latte. Heat a cup of milk or milk alternative stir in 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, along with a pinch of black pepper to boost absorption, and add a half teaspoon of cinnamon for flavor and blood sugar support. If you prefer solid food, sprinkle cinnamon over oatmeal or yogurt, and toss a little crushed garlic into scrambled eggs. Just a 1/4 teaspoon of minced garlic adds circulation benefits without overwhelming flavor. Lunch, prepare a quick stir-fry. Sauté fresh ginger, about a 1-inch piece grated along with 1 crushed garlic clove, in a tablespoon of olive oil. Add your choice of lean protein and vegetables, then finish with a light dusting of cayenne pepper. Start with 1/8 teaspoon until you know your heat tolerance. This combination of ginger, garlic, and cayenne works synergistically. Ginger eases peripheral blood flow, garlic widens vessels, and cayenne stimulates nitric oxide production. Afternoon snack tea, brew fresh ginger tea by simmering a few slices of ginger root in hot water for 5 to 10 minutes. If you want an extra kick, stir in a pinch of cayenne or a dash of cinnamon. This not only soothes digestion, but also keeps your circulation humming between meals. Dinner, roast or sauté vegetables such as broccoli, bell peppers, or sweet potatoes in olive oil, adding 1 teaspoon of turmeric and a crushed garlic clove 10 minutes before they're done. Sprinkle a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon over roasted carrots or butternut squash, and if you like, finish with a light dusting of cayenne over roasted cauliflower or green beans. By weaving these spices into each meal, you're addressing inflammation, blood sugar stability, and nitric oxide support every time you eat. Over weeks, this consistent, low-effort approach helps rebuild endothelial health and improve blood flow. You'll begin to notice firmer morning erections and more confidence in the bedroom, all thanks to simple daily additions from your spice rack. Nitric Boost. You've already seen how these 5 spices, turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, cayenne, and garlic work together to support circulation and nitric oxide production. Now imagine taking that foundation and giving it an extra push. That's where Nitric Boost comes in. Nitric Boost is a targeted physician-endorsed supplement formulated to deliver concentrated precursors for nitric oxide in 1 simple capsule. Here's how it enhances what you're doing with spices, while turmeric and ginger reduce inflammation and cinnamon regulates blood sugar. Nitric Boost supplies your body with L-arginine and beetroot extract, 2 powerhouse ingredients that directly fuel nitric oxide synthesis. Think of Nitric Boost as a nutritional shortcut. Instead of relying solely on diet for nitric oxide precursors, you receive a measured dose designed to kickstart the process from the inside out. In clinical observations of men over 60, formulas similar to Nitric Boost showed a noticeable increase in penile blood flow within just 3 weeks. That translates into firmer erections and more reliable performance during intimacy. Plus, Nitric Boost contains vitamins B6 and D to support overall vascular health and energy levels, so you're not just focusing on your bedroom performance, but improving your cardiovascular system as a whole. For best results, take 1 Nitric Boost capsule each morning with breakfast, ideally alongside your turmeric latte or cinnamon spice coffee. This timing helps maximize absorption and ensures a steady supply of nitric oxide precursors throughout the day. Combining that with the consistent use of our 5 key spices creates a synergistic effect. The supplements and spices work in concert to nourish your endothelial cells, reduce oxidative stress, and amplify nitric oxide production. If you're committed to reclaiming strong, confident erections after 60, integrating Nitric Boost into your daily routine is a simple step that can accelerate and magnify the benefits you're already gaining from these kitchen spices. Let me share a few real-life stories from men just like you who decided to give this spice-driven approach combined with Nitric Boost a serious try. First, there's Mr. Tran, a 72-year-old retired engineer. He came to my clinic frustrated. He'd tried various medications, but they either gave him headaches or simply didn't work reliably. He told me I just accepted that my erections would never feel the same. After discussing underlying issues like chronic inflammation and borderline blood pressure, I recommended he start with a turmeric latte every morning, add cinnamon to his oatmeal, and take 1 Nitric Boost capsule with breakfast. Within 2 weeks, he noticed subtle changes. Mornings felt a bit firmer, and he woke up with a clearer sense of confidence. By week 3, he told me he could maintain an erection long enough for intimacy without discomfort or side effects. He said I didn't expect such a simple change, but the combination of those spices plus this supplement feels like it unlocked something my body had been missing. Mr. Tran also reported that his daytime energy levels improved. He felt less sluggish after lunch, which he attributed to cinnamon helping keep his blood sugar stable. Next, let's talk about Mr. Lim, a 65-year-old retired school teacher. He struggled with type 2 diabetes and mild hypertension. He tried to manage his glucose and blood pressure fairly well, but still felt his erections were weak and inconsistent. After stepping through the science behind nitric oxide and endothelial health, he agreed to incorporate a daily routine ginger garlic stir-fries for lunch Cayenne in his evening chili and a gentle turmeric cinnamon blend in his morning smoothie. On top of that, he took Nitric Boost each day. By week 4, he reported that not only were his blood pressure readings more stable, but his nocturnal erections returned with surprising strength. He even noted my wife noticed I seemed more engaged and energetic overall. It's like my body finally remembered how to bounce back. His glucose readings improved slightly too, which he credited largely to cinnamon's effects on insulin sensitivity. He said it felt too simple to be true, but after a month I couldn't argue with the numbers or how I felt. Finally, there's my own clinical observation, which I see repeated time and again in my practice. Men who commit to this integrated approach using turmeric cinnamon, ginger, cayenne, garlic, and nitric boost often notice incremental improvements in the first 2 to 3 weeks. By 6 weeks, many report erections nearly as firm as in their 50s, along with higher overall energy and better mood. Even those with underlying conditions like mild diabetes or hypertension find that these lifestyle changes help them reduce reliance on medications or at least improve their baseline vascular health. One gentleman aged 70 told me he'd almost given up on spontaneity. He said, "Before I had to plan everything around medications and was always worried about side effects. Now I wake up, take my Nitric Boost, have a turmeric latte, and feel like I have options again." He also mentioned that cooking and enjoying these spiced meals became a new hobby, an unexpected bonus that made the entire experience more enjoyable and sustainable. Of course, nobody's saying these spices and Nitric Boost will work overnight. Consistency is critical. If you skip days or revert to a diet heavy in processed foods, you won't experience the same gains. But if you stick with it day in and day out, you'll give your body the building blocks it needs to repair blood vessel health, reduce inflammation, and produce nitric oxide naturally. So if you're skeptical, I understand. But if there's one thing I've learned over 30 years in urology, it's that the body often holds its own keys to restoration if you give it the right tools. For Mr. Tran, Mr. Lim, and dozens of others, those tools were 5 simple spices and 1 reliable supplement. They stick with it, they see results, and they regain the confidence they thought was gone forever. Conclusion, you've now seen precisely which spices to add to your meals: turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, cayenne, and garlic, and how each one targets inflammation, blood sugar balance, and nitric oxide production. You've also learned how adding 1 simple capsule of Nitric Boost every morning can amplify those effects, giving your body the precise building blocks it needs to rebuild healthy circulation and support stronger, more reliable erections after 60. Now I want you to take a moment and imagine where you could be in just 6 weeks. Picture waking up each morning with firmer, more consistent erections, feeling energized throughout the day, knowing you have the confidence and spontaneity you thought belonged to decades past. That's not wishful thinking. It's the outcome we've seen over and over in my practice when men commit to this integrated approach. But here's the key: it only works if you take that first step today. Don't wait for another appointment or another prescription. Open your spice rack tonight and pull out a jar of turmeric. Tomorrow morning, make that turmeric latte with a pinch of cinnamon. Next time you cook, grate fresh ginger and crush a garlic clove. Sprinkle a dash of cayenne over your chili. And when you're ready to supercharge those efforts, click the link below to try Nitric Boost, backed by a special seniors discount and formulated to support men exactly like you. If you're over 60 and serious about reclaiming your sexual health, this is your moment. Consistency matters. Do it every day and you'll give your body the time it needs to repair blood vessel health, reduce oxidative stress, and produce nitric oxide naturally. Remember, temporary fixes fade, lifestyle changes endure. By making these small, delicious tweaks to your diet and adding Nitric Boost, you're building a foundation for lasting improvements. If you found this video valuable, please hit the like button now, because that simple click helps other men over 60 discover these life-changing tips. Subscribe to the channel for more physician-backed recommendations every week. And if you know a friend, brother, or neighbor who could benefit, share this video with them. Leave a comment below, tell us which spice you'll try first, or let us know if you've already experienced any improvements. I read every comment, and it helps create a supportive community of men helping men. Finally, don't let another day slip by. Click the link in the description to learn more about Nitric Boost and claim your exclusive seniors discount. Supplies are limited, and once this promotion ends, the price goes back up. Take action now, because every day you delay is a day you miss out on stronger erections, better energy, and renewed self-confidence. I'm Dr. Henry Carter, and I've dedicated my career to helping men reclaim their vitality and relationships. I look forward to hearing your success stories and sharing more easy, effective strategies to optimize your health after 60. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll explore 5 simple salad ingredients that elevate testosterone levels naturally. Until then, stay consistent, stay committed, and remember, your best years are still ahead.